Welcome back to my writing year where I document my writing journey as a mama of two, episode 3. Honestly, I don't have much book writing progress. I don't have progress at all. But I'm learning to accept that, this is a busy season as a mama of two. This little girl keeps me busy. What what do you have to say for yourself? This is a microphone, not food. Okay, she has nothing to say for herself. Okay, having said that, I'm learning that rest is a part of the creative rhythm, like the rhythm of creation. So instead of punishing myself for resting creatively, I'm just gonna learn to accept it and embrace it with grace. That rest is a part of the process. So I'm not feeling guilty that I don't have progress with my book writing at the moment. Although I've been writing every day, simple posts here and there. I try to document as much as I can. Still, given the margins of my time and energy. So um, I'm learning that that's part of it, and okay. So this will be an book unboxing video also because I've got my books. So these are books on writing. So part of the rhythm is to just really learn about your craft and to grow in your craft. And I'm a very textual learner, so I really need to read whenever I'm learning about something. This is how I'm this is how I learn best. So this one is a marketing book. So this is marketing by Seth Godin, but I have two books on writing. So I got these books from Pennywise on Shopee. So first one is 100 ways to improve your writing. Um, Proven professional techniques for writing with style and power. So this is by Gary Provost, and another one is Wired for Story. So I'm most excited about this. The Writer's Guide to Using Brain Science to Hook Readers from the Very First Sentence. So this is by Lisa Cron. So I'm excited for this because I love storytelling, and I think that although it doesn't come naturally to me, it's a learned skill. But I know and I believe, and I'm such a big believer of story that this is our wiring as human beings. We're appealed and drawn to stories because um, we identify better with information and experiences when they're presented through a story. So I'm really excited about that. So my main point for today's episode is that growing in your craft or mastering your craft is, as a Christian writer, for me, it's also um, faithfulness. It's also obedience because when you're called to something, um, when God calls you to something, He also calls you to do it um, excellently as unto Him. So when I, learn about my craft and just practice, hone in the skill, I do so as part of my obedience and faithfulness, um, knowing that obedience and using these skills and talents or gifts that He gave us. Serving Him, His purposes with these is the highest use of them for His glory. So yeah, if God called to music, God called you to, I don't know, filmmaking, um, painting, visual arts, um, grow in that craft and use it for His glory. Use everything for His glory. So I know I have a lot to learn in this craft. Um, I've been writing stories, documenting my journey, journaling since the days that I when I learned to write. But there's still so much to learn. I'm not an expert. I'm not a pro, but I do love to write and I do love to share what I'm learning and what I'm experiencing through writing. And as I've already said, part of faithfulness and obedience is to grow in this skill, to grow in this craft, to grow in this art. And And that's such a beautiful invitation. You know, the creative calling is a beautiful invitation from God to join the creative work that he does every day. He does in everything because he's a creative God, and he is the source of creativity. And um, that's something that I'm creating from right now. That's why I'm not pressuring myself to write or produce, because as I've said in the previous video, in the previous episode, I'm not the source. I'm simply a vessel. And when you realize that who is ultimately the source, which is God himself, um, it's just, a switch that it's just, flipping the switch. I no longer write from a place of performance, but a place of identity, knowing that I'm a daughter of God. I'm a disciple of Jesus, and I write from that identity, that everything I do now flows from that identity instead of performing, like writing or creating something to earn my worth or to earn my value. It's just a whole different paradigm, a whole different mindset coming into the creative journey. So yeah, if it were me, 5 years ago, or maybe, yeah, 5 years ago, when I started this whole creating thing, yeah, I made my first video 5 years ago during the pandemic. If it were me 5 years ago, then I'd have to hustle my way through, like self help my way through this creative calling. Or maybe I wouldn't even know. Maybe I wasn't even aware that it was a calling back then. Maybe it's just, a thing that I have to do for a living. I don't know. I think because I was creating from a different um, from a different place. But now, thank God, I've He's teaching me this. I can create from a place of a secured identity, that whatever the outcome is, whatever the result is of what I created, of my art, it's all in the hands of the Lord, because now I'm creating from a place of identity rather than performance. So maybe that's an encouragement that I can share with you today. If you're also in a creative calling or creative field, these creative pursuits could be daunting at times, because as artists, I think that it's second nature to attach our identity, our worth, our value into the things we create. Maybe I'm speaking for myself, but at least that's my that's my struggle, especially before. But now, thank God, my value is in what Christ did for me on the cross, and I can create from that place now. I can write from that place now, and I'm still on guard. That's why whenever I'm becoming frantic about um, the things that I create or produce, I have to remind myself of this: create from um, your new identity. See you in the next one.